Hey guys, Yash here from Motivepreneur, and today you gotta stop spending your money, period. One of my main missions with this channel is to improve your mindset, to stop you thinking about the weekend and start thinking about the future. This may sound overwhelming now, but trust me, if you're 5 years down the line and you're in the exact same position you are today, it's gonna sound very daunting then. So wait until the end of the video. I'm gonna reveal my 3 steps on how I personally save my money, and we'll take it from there. So let's get started. So, first things first, we need to figure out if you're in debt. In other words, are you spending more than you earn? Yes, it's simple, but some people are unaware of the fact that they're actually doing this and then go cry to mummy about where all their money went. It's harsh, but it's the truth. Are you willing to sacrifice that part of your lifestyle to stay out of debt? Or in other words, keep your head above the water? These are the questions you need to sit down and ask yourself. What are you spending your money on, and where's it all going? Which leads me on to step 2. Now wait, I'm not going to go tell you to do a budget. It's very boring, I know. I don't do one personally. There's a better way to do it. It's called just paying yourself first. What you do there is pay yourself a certain amount per month and then spend the rest however you like. So for instance, you spend 80%, you save 20%, and you put that 20% into an investment plan every month, and that creates an asset for yourself in the future. And we'll get onto that in a later video. Let's just assume 20% of your income that you've put aside comes to around $400 per month. If you put that directly into your bank account and let it sit there, you will earn $373,000 by the time you retire. Now, let's compare investing that $400 elsewhere. Let's say an ETF, which allows you to directly invest into the stock market. Simply put, ETFs track an existing index, which allows for greater diversity. Now, you can assume an 8% rate of return. With that, you will have $2.2 million by the time you're 65. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this is looking very long term, but it's necessary to think of these things today. That's a perfect sum of money to live off in retirement. So, we've figured out the 20% of your income. Now we've got to look at the 80%. Just because it's there, it doesn't need to be spent all at once. Firstly, you should be looking at your basic needs, such as the necessities. This should be your main priority. These things include your food for the week. Going back to the earlier point, maybe place a set allowance for food. That way you're planning ahead. Just little tips and tricks that can help you in the long run. Then you have to look out for your shelter. Do you rent or do you have a mortgage? Either way, that should definitely be at the top of your priority list. And then obviously your transport. Again, before going out and spending all your money, set aside a certain amount for your petrol, or if you use public transport every day, those fees can add up as well. After these expenses are accounted for, that's when you can spend the remaining as you wish. Now I want to leave you with my 3 steps. First of all, stop impulse buying. In other words, delay gratification. Think about it like this. If you hold off for a while, in another 7 days, will you really need it? These are the questions you need to start asking yourself. What I do next is look into the future. And trust me, as much as I want to be a psychic, I am not. But I do plan for it. Instead of spending my money on random crap, I can use my money to make even more money, to invest it into ways like I mentioned before. Lastly, stay consistent. Keep the goals at the back of your mind at all times and try not to divert from them. Yes, I understand that life happens, but try to stay focused, because your future self will thank you for it, trust me. Keep a note on your wall. Write some notes on your phone on your reminders. It's these little things that make such a large impact on your goals and success in